So here's what happened. When I was 15 years old, I had a pretty crappy childhood, so I was always trying to feel better. I was trying to figure out how to, find my way to a good life.
Our next guest is the lovely and talented Brooke Castillo.
I'm with my very special guest, Brooke Castillo.
And I feel like you've just kind of taken over the world.
So I've read all the self-help books, and what I realized is they teach you 5 things in self-help. I'm going to tell you what they all are so you don't have to read any of the books. The first thing they teach you is that there are things in the world you can't control and that you need to accept them.
Could you take a minute and just share a little bit about what you're about, who you help, how do you help them?
I run the Life Coach School. So I help people who want to use life coaching techniques to make their life better. And I also train life coaches who want to have a profession being a life coach in the world.
Second thing that they teach you is that your attitude matters. What you think matters, and you should think positively, right? That's what they're always teaching us in self-help. Just mind your mind, think positive thoughts.
I think we're the best life coaching school in the world. I know people say stuff like that about themselves, but I genuinely believe it.
Third thing that they teach you is that you have to feel your feelings. You have to find out what your feelings are and you have to feel them. Now this is important because if you don't feel your feelings, you end up drinking a lot. You end up eating a lot. You end up overworking. You end up over Facebooking, right? Because you're trying to avoid feeling any kind of emotion.
So let's go back about, I'm gonna say 12 years ago when I had just become a coach and I had just started really working on understanding my mind and understanding my feelings and understanding how to take action and understanding how to create results in my life.
The fourth thing that they teach you is that you have to take action. Stop procrastinating. Right? Go take action in the world.
What I was doing in my coaching practice was handling all of these concepts differently. So what I was doing is looking at the circumstances in my life and addressing them. And then I'd switch over to how I was thinking positively or negatively, and I would address that. And then I would deal with my feelings and how to process them. I knew those were important.
And the last thing that they teach you is that you should set big goals, right? You should create big results in your life, impossible goals in your life. Okay, so those are the 5 things that they teach you. So I studied all those things and I started applying them to my life. My life started getting better and better and better. But here's what it was. It was like I was over here feeling my feelings. I was like, okay, yes, I feel like ass. Okay, great.
And then I would go over there and set some big goals and take some action and then look at the results in my life.
And then I'd go over here and I'd be like, think positive, think positive, think positive. And then I'd set the goal and then I'd go after the goal and then I'd feel terrible. And then I'd come back here and try and feel my feelings because I felt terrible. And then I tried to think new thoughts and I was all over the place.
What I didn't realize is that all 5 of those components of my coaching business actually related directly to each other. I didn't understand the relationship that they had with each other until one day I was driving in my car and I was listening to Byron Katie.
She said, because your thoughts create your feelings. I did not know this. I did not know that my thoughts created my feelings. I thought all these things were separate. And so all of a sudden I was like, wait a minute. All these feelings that I've been practicing feeling, I can change them if I change what I'm thinking. What else don't I know? So I went back and I took those 5 things that I had been studying and learning about in self-help, and I tried to figure out how do they all go together. This is what I figured out. All these things we can't control trigger our thoughts. Now think about this, you guys. All of the circumstances, everything out there in the world means nothing. It doesn't cause us any feelings or anything until we have a thought about it. And then our thoughts cause our feelings drive our actions, and our actions create our results.
What is the definition of a coach to you?
The way that I'm a life coach is someone that just helps you witness your own mind so you can change it to get what you want.
There is nothing that doesn't fit into the model. So any problem we want to solve, we just put it in the model. So I started teaching this. I started applying it to myself. Everything happened twice as fast because I knew if I wasn't getting the result I wanted, it was because I wasn't taking the right action. If I wasn't taking the right action, it's because I wasn't feeling the right feeling and I wasn't having the right thought. Nothing had to do with my circumstances. That's what most of us think. We think it's our circumstances that are causing everything. So once I figured this out, I felt like I figured out the secret to the universe, honestly. And then I started working with my clients using this model and everything started changing for them too.
All right, we have one more question for you, Brooke, if you don't mind.
Do it.
What makes you feel most boss?
Ooh.
When I genuinely help a client. It's the best feeling in the world.
So good.